Actually, our first presenting company will be presented by Cecil Page. She's the co-founder and CEO of Peli Labs.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cecil Page, CEO of Peli Labs. I appreciate the time here. Thank you, Brad, for putting this all together. So we actually got into this out of necessity. About 8 years ago, we had two, I guess you could call it clandestine facilities to manufacturing closed loop and distillation of high amounts of THC distillate. This was Prop 215 compliant. We actually got into the legal market by shutting down those facilities around legalization and started lobbying with the City Council of Ojai for about 2 years, really describing the endocannabinoid system. Around that time, my mother had gotten estrogen-driven breast cancer. We saw her tumor markers go down with the increase of the proper cannabinoids, and we just got on fire about really helping others and producing these medicines. So during the lobbying, I ran a type 6 facility and designed it non-volatile extraction, and also a type 7 facility for one of the largest cannabis groups in California, Shrine Group, Steezy, developed two of their latest SKUs. When they launched those SKUs, they actually got to the #1 sales in California. So it's really been built out of necessity of helping loved ones, but also being obsessed with phytochemistry and having to learn all the compliance, brand compliance for this number of businesses. And I'll show you our pitch. Here we go. All right. So we are a white labeling manufacturing business. We will develop different SKUs. We have about 4 really, and 1 first to market SKU that will be offered to the whole industry of California. This will help brands that cannot produce innovative products because of really budgetary constraints, also the ability to even manufacture without a license. So that's really what we do, is we facilitate the success of other cannabis brands by offering the white labeling of unique and unreleased products. We're a type 7 and type 11 distribution facility, manufacturing as well. So we're located in Ojai, California. It's right in between Santa Barbara, which is one of the most significant cannabis cultivation counties in the state, and also right in between LA, which is the largest concentrate market in California. Our team has well over 2 decades of combined experience. We'll be producing refined live resin, liquid live resin, tablets, and live rosin. The live resin is a butane extracted hydrocarbon-based extract, which has a really large emphasis on terpene preservation. We have large emphasis on terpene preservation when we convert to liquid live resin form. This is the 2 SKUs that we've developed for the large brand I was speaking of. With regards to tablets, we'll be using minor cannabinoids. Been doing a lot of different conversions and isolations, reverse chromatography, that kind of stuff. It's been very fun to lead these types of processes in the industry. Live rosin is a solventless extract, very sought after. We'll also be making that with extremely high quality, fresh frozen material. The market size of California is currently $3 billion. By 2026, we're looking at a national market size of $50 billion. California will be 50% of that, estimated. There's 248 type 7 manufacturers, and it's a pretty small market. So let's see here. Our milestones, we're planning on building out on the 1st and acquiring additional funding during that time. We're planning on having it's a 3 to 4 month build out, but it always goes a little longer with construction. We have our building permit, our licenses, everything ready to go. Just need that extra bridge of funding to get us started. So it'll be about a half year with one machine. So you can see it'll be 6.7 million of gross revenue. With an additional machine, it'll actually get us all the way up to, here we are, right around 26, but it's 7.8 net because of 280E. So our team, Joseph Marino is our COO. He has been by my side along this whole journey, helped with both the facilities and lobbying in Ojai. And Haywood Mitchell is an internationally accomplished systems engineer. He's our CTO. Nicole Shepard has been the sales associate and lead of sales for a large amount of large companies. Stephanie Marino, she has over 15 years of leadership experience with technology, manufacturing, distribution. We're all very experienced in our respective fields, and we get to lean on each other for all the different portions of the business. Our projected income statement. Here you'll see that because of the first year with one machine and our ability to only start about halfway through the year, our net profits at 1.6 million. That is with all 4 SKUs and one machine producing it for white labeling at wholesale cost. We are not a retailer. So by year 5, with 2 machines starting at year 2, we'll end up right around 7.8 million net. And this is something that has really been a passion of ours for many years. We've isolated many different plant compounds, extracted many different plants, everything from kratom to, I actually have a greenhouse of legal plants that are going to be pharmaceuticals one day. This has been a passion of ours for many years. So through all this, it's been a blessing to be able to be friends with the police chief now after having a clandestine facility, and friends with all the city council members. And yeah, open it up for questions.
Thanks, Cecil. Great work. Okay, so I'm going to open it up to questions from our panel of judges. Who has the first question?
I'll go. Cecil, thanks so much for the presentation. Are you looking to use contract growers to provide your supply chain for your material, or where will you source your supplies?
Great question. We have 4 growers right now that are ready to produce biomass for us. We'll be acquiring fresh frozen. One's a really close friend of ours who has a large amount of acres. They said they would give us multiple acres, one for each strain, for each SKU, dedicated for that. We also have a lot of brands that are ready for our products, because what we're offering is actually not offered in the white labeling space. So this is really a disruptive product offering for white labeling to help assist other companies. So we have our sales, because they really want these SKUs, and our input material already dialed in from the cultivation. So our supply chain's really covered. It's just needing that bridge of capital. And something I didn't mention is we're looking for 3 million. We have 1 million pledged. It's depending on some real estate being sold. We're about 450,000 skin in the game. And with that, the 3 million is against 30% equity. It is negotiable. And if someone was to put in the 3 million now, we would be able to completely go forward. If it was 2, we would have that 1 million pledged. So we're really nimble with the startup.
Thanks, Cecil. Next question, Jeffrey.
Yeah, hi. I just saw something that jumped out at me on your P&L, on your profit and loss statement. You had your gross margin in year 2 go down. I was just wondering, if you're operating for a full year, why wouldn't you be seeing some economies of scale?
That actually is, I'm not sure. It continually goes up. That's a strange thing. So we have a separate, an extra machine that goes in. And with that extra machine, our revenue certainly goes up, gross and net.
Okay. Maybe I saw it wrong. I was just wondering. And in terms of sales, your sales market is all of California, correct?
Yes, all of California, dispensaries, distributors, and brands. And so we have about 11 brands that are interested in purchasing our products.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, it's really mostly Liquid Live. It's one of the most sought after SKUs right now that, like I was saying, we developed for Shrine Group.
All right. Thank you.
Next question. Oh, Gary.
Yes, hi. Thank you for the presentation, Cecil. Do you have any IP with your, whether the process or machinery? Is there anything that you can protect intellectually in terms of, yeah, IP?
Certainly. So we don't have any IP that's patented, and I know that would be the way to protect it. But the cool thing is we've used some very unique methods of using different machinery for a different process that I don't believe anyone's utilizing besides the one brand that we brought this to. And that was a really wonderful partnership. So we are doing very unique things that other companies aren't offering, but they are not patented.
Blake, I saw your hand up earlier as well.
No, it's okay. No, I wanted to ask you, have you looked outside? Because I specialize in Latin America, in Colombia, and I know there's a lot of people that would like to get some white label products in from the US. There are steps to go about doing that, registering your product here. For example, a lot of your products could be registered under dietary supplements, but here we have to actually have a formulation for them. So this is just something you may want to think about and bring it into your perspective with your team.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll bring that up. Thank you.
So Latin America it's huge. There's a big market down here. I mean, and there's no one really doing anything yet still. So there's a huge market for you down here. So it might be something to add in to attract other investors out of California, out of the US.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake. We have time for one more quick question and quick response. All right, I see no, or Gary, go ahead.
Cecil, I was a little confused. Was there a previous working relationship with Stizzy, or you mentioned a name, but I'm a little confused of the relationship.
Certainly. Yeah, I was put on to actually be a consultant to develop two SKUs, two products. And then I was quickly promoted to senior extraction engineer. And as our facility gained more traction, we fulfilled our contract and have great relationships with them, a huge amount of respect and actually love for the whole founders and everyone there. Still assist every once in a while with the call, but really just had to move on to this project.